Okay. Cool. Hi there, chat. Hi there indeed. 1 second. Fear not, Gouty. No, this is just an artist rendition. She's fine. She's a-okay. I'll tell you more in a minute. Hang on. Right. Just pouring a quick coffee for me. There we go. Ooh, thank you, KO Gak Iro. Thank you very much there, KO. That's very kind of you. And thank you, Lock Johnny and Nasha Dally. Thank you for your kindness, everyone. One moment, I've forgotten something. I need to move the what's it over here. Need to bring up the little sub window so I can see it separately from the chat so it's easier to follow. Thank you, Vincerex. Thank you very much there, Vincerex. That's very kind. Thank you, all of you. Holy shit, Lock Johnny. 111 months. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lock Johnny. Thank you, all of you. Right. Anyway, so welcome indeed, everyone. I hope you're all okay. Yes, so I'm feeling a bit between games right about now, so I'm not entirely certain that I'll play anything this evening, but I did want to catch up and say hello, because it's been a bit of a big day for poor old Lulu. Thank you, Komots, and thank you, Rally Mark Raid. Thank you very much, both of you. Thank you. Yes, so what's happened then? So basically, Lulu had some surgery today, and she had some surgery on her eye. Cruntdug, did we give up on Enshrouded? No. So what's happened with Enshrouded is that Dinklebean, Naughty, and as far as I know, Diggly are away. And so since we're running out of content rather quickly for Enshrouded, the guys and I suggested maybe taking a short break until they get back. So, I mean, is it Diggly? Sorry, sorry, did I say his name? Yeah, so we suggested, I mean, it is getting a bit, we have been playing 2 weeks, if not more, straight, so, yeah. Anyway, so, sorry, what was I saying? So, yes, welcome indeed. Sorry for those joining the stream. So, Lulu had some surgery today, and I'm just going to recount the story of how it went. I've got some pictures to show you. I've got a bit of a show and tell. But yeah, so what happened? Right. About a week and a bit ago, I noticed that Lulu had a mark on her eyeball. I noticed it when I bent down to give her some attention when we were standing in the daylight, and the sun was hitting her eye in a very weird way. Essentially, she had this ulcer, this red ulcer that was on the cornea, so it was on her eyeball, and so it wasn't in the pupil. It was in the brown bit surrounding the pupil. And obviously I was quite scared, so I took her to the vet quickly and sort of went, because I was doing the nervous dad thing. Thank you, Beta Spirit. Thank you very much, Beta Spirit. And thank you, Nervous. Thank you, both of you. I was doing the nervous dad thing, and of course I was Googling all the things that it could potentially mean. One of the things, like red spots in the eye, I was like, oh no, is it an immunodeficiency or whatever? Like that you get this thing where the immune system can attack the eyeball, and I was like, oh no, it's a permanent condition. Anyway, the vet literally laughed at me. I'm guessing the vet gets this sort of thing a lot, but I was like, is it this? He's like, no, she's punctured it. So apparently, under the green light, what is it? Is it the UV light? Well, the dark light. Basically, they put some green dye in her eyeball, and then they shone a light on it, and they determined that no, she'd managed to puncture her eyeball. And so, what had formed beneath was an ulcer. And so, I was given some antibiotic eye drops, and told to come back in a few days. So, I started giving those eye drops to her. Oh my god, the drama. The unbelievable drama that is trying to give a dog eye drops. I think I spilt like half of this 46-pound bottle of antibiotics all over the sofa as opposed to her eyeball because she just resisted. But again, riddle me this. She won't let me get into her eyeball with a pipette, but she will let me put a bit of the liquid on my finger and then literally poke her in the eyeball. Like full-on comedy cartoon. Boop. She's fine with that. She's totally fine with that. She just doesn't want the pipette going near her. Oh? I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, so I started giving the antibiotic eye drops and then took her back to the vet a few days later, only to discover, according to the vet, that it was not healing. So it was a non-healing ulcer, and so he referred me to an eye specialist that they've got at a different vet. And so we went there and we spoke to a guy called Carlos, that was his name. So Carlos was an eye specialist. And, so we had a word with him, and he said what he'd like to do. So I got more antibiotics, like a different type of antibiotics, and, quite expensive, yeah. All of this is expensive. So I'm just going to turn the music down just a smidge. So we got some different pipettes to put in her eyeball, along with some painkillers. And, I was told to come back later and we're going to do some surgery. So essentially the surgery, for those who have not been watching, is, they were going to... Is it debride? Is that the term? Where they essentially remove some of the damaged tissue. So what he showed me this diagram of essentially what looked like a drill bit. It looked like a spherical drill bit. And he said that what they're going to do, they're going to sedate her, and then they're going to use this drill bit to sort of remove some of the tissue very, very carefully around the ulcer to promote healing. Sorry, one minute. I'm just going to have a quick sip. We'll get there, Ale. Don't worry. We'll get there. Oh, I need more sugar in this thing. Hang on. So, the day of the surgery arrived, and it is today. Here's the trouble, though. For those who are not regular watchers, Lulu is awful at the vet. She is genuinely terrible. She's good as gold with the receptionist. We go into the receptionist and she's all like, "Hi, I'm a French bulldog, I'm cute." And the receptionist's like, "Oh, look at her." But the moment she gets onto the vet table, she turns into a demon, basically. Or more accurately, she turns into the Slayer, and the vet is the demon, and Lulu just goes fucking mental. Like, she's snarling and she's snapping. Like, when you don't see her on sedatives, it's fucking, like, crazy. Like, she's a totally different dog. The reason for that is she had her glands done. And after that, she had a really, really bad memory of the vet, and she constantly tries to kill the vet. So she's... and here I am going, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm really, really sorry. And I even have this... I've got, like, this Frenchie-specific muzzle for her. Thank you, Novik. Thank you very much, Novik. And thank you, Sebaboy. Thank you very much. And Callum before that. Thank you, Callum. So I've even got this muzzle for Lulu, and I'm guessing that French bulldogs are not typically aggressive, because every vet I've spoken to is like, "Oh, I've never seen one of those before." As if to say, "Oh, you're the only owner, you're the only French bulldog that's, hyper aggressive on us." So I'm like, oh shit. Anyway, so the point is, Lulu is hyper aggressive with the vets. So the vet gave me something called gabapentin and trazodone. Thank you, Asuda. Thank you very much, Asuda. Thank you. So gabapentin and trazodone are like muscle relaxants, basically. You add them into the food the night before, and then you give them like a second dose 2 hours before the appointment. And so I did. And so last night, I gave her the gabapentin and I gave her the trazodone. In fact, going back one session, she was on the table and she'd already been drugged. And she was snarling and snapping and trying to kill the vet. And I turned to the vet and I said, "Do you think we can give her like a stronger dose for next time, when she comes in for the surgery?" And the vet looked at me and he said, "That is a strong dose." I was almost proud of my dog. Like, Lulu does not give a fuck. Lulu doesn't give a shit about, like, sedate me. I don't care. She's going to try and attack you anyway. So here was Lulu on a strong dose of muscle relaxant, still trying to murder the fucking vet. Crafty says, "Still cracks me up. Trazodone knocks my ass out." Jesus, Lulu. Anyway, it gets better. Hang on. So, the day of the appointment, the surgery day, arrives, okay? And so I gave her the dose last night. We get in the car. We take a drive over to the vet. And I must admit, shame on me, I'm terrible at this. Like, I'm really, really attached to my dog. I'm so attached to my dog. I love this dog to pieces. It's probably a bit cringe, but I'm so in love with this dog that I really didn't get much work done today because I was a little stress ball. I was sort of like, I couldn't stop thinking about Lulu, and of course I was taking the dog in for surgery, and it's just a small bit of sedation, but you know what I mean. Like, there's always risks, and I'm sitting there, and the nurse is talking to me, and she's like, listing all the risks of anesthetic and stuff that can happen and blah blah blah. And so I'm sort of signing the waivers, as it were, and I was like very very carefully signing the waiver. It was like, do we not resuscitate? I'm like, no, for fuck's sake, resuscitate! Don't you dare lose this dog. Anyway, so we go in. I hand her over, and Lulu gives me this forlorn look of like, where are you going? You're leaving me with these people? I was like, I'm so sorry. You got to stay here, Lulu. And so, anyway, off she goes. So I drop her off at the vet this morning, is the point. Okay, so here I was, sitting at home, worried about Lulu, and hoping everything was going to be okay. I get a phone call at lunchtime from Carlos, the eye specialist. What does Carlos tell me? Yeah, we've just sedated Lulu. I'm like, okay. And then he says, it didn't work. I'm like, what do you mean it didn't work? He said it didn't work. He said that they tried 2 different types. Well, he said different sedatives. So I presume that means at least 2. And it didn't work. She's already on the trazodone and the gabapentin. Now the sedatives. And she's just too angry to be sedated. And I'm like, you can't be serious. So anyway, the Carlos wants to know if he has permission to not do sedation, but to do with full-on knock her out general anesthetic. So put her under. Now, because she's a brachycephalic? Because she's like a short-nosed breed, there are dangers with anesthetic. There are serious dangers. So he said, so we're going to intubate, is that the correct term? They're going to put a tube down her throat, and they're going to give her oxygen, and they're going to put her under full general anesthetic. So I was like, okay, so long as you feel it's safe, please put her under general anesthetic. Obviously, it's going to be charging me more, but it's fine. I'm caring more about Lulu. So they put her under. Obviously, I'm a huge fucking, I'm a mess this afternoon. I'm so sorry. I'm so worried about my dog. And I received this other phone call about an hour later. And the phone call said, everything went fine. The surgery went fine. They managed to get into the eye, and they removed quite a bit of the ulcer tissue, so it should heal. I've got some more So Lulu is recuperating from the anesthetic, and she's in her cage. Can you pick her up in about 3 hours? And I said, okay, I can do that. 45 minutes later, I receive another phone call. This time, it's from a lady called Sabrina, who's a nurse. And Sabrina tells me, Lulu's woken up from the general anesthetic and is now pacing around her cage in circles like crazy. Can you come and pick her up? Nothing. She's the fucking Slayer. The Slayer has entered the facility. She's refusing to be sedated. She went down, but she didn't hear no fucking bell. She's up again, and she's trying to bite them. She's basically pacing around her fucking cage. She won't eat her food. That's what they said. She won't eat her food, and she's clearly in distress. So I immediately stopped what I was doing, ran to the car, got in the car, fucking drove the half an hour journey to get to the vet. Went to wait for the vet to arrive. Them to go get Lulu. And I'm not exaggerating. I know this story sounds like I'm exaggerating. She flew out of the fucking door, no sedation, no sign of sedation. She just lunged at me to get to me. She was so separation anxiety. She zoomed through the door and was running around at my feet like crazy, panting and just happy to see me. Anyway, so I paid. And, just paid everything that I needed to pay. Picked up Lulu. Got her in the car. And this is Lulu, everyone. Hang on a minute. This is Lulu. Stoned off her tits. Even though she was... So she was super energized and, raring to go. But the moment she got home... Oh, hang on. Oh, my God. She was so fucking stoned. She was so fucking high. She was seeing colours that no one has seen before. She was just so conked out and stoned. And, like, she would climb up onto the sofa. And, like, the moment she got there, it's like she forgot that her legs were a thing. And she just went, she just flopped down. And frankly, most of this afternoon has just been me fretting, like a mother hen over Lulu. I put all the cushions on the floor and made sure that there's nothing that she could bump into, and was just giving her lots and lots of lovies. But oh my god, yeah, she's totally. And then I invited my mum round. That's my mum on the right. I invited my mum round to give her some love because Lulu needed some attention, and so Lulu just sort of stared off into space with her mouth hung open, just dearie me. So yeah, Lulu was properly high for the whole afternoon, and now she's still high. She's still properly conked out behind me, but she's okay. We got through it. Yeah. So that's been a day. I mean, it's been a day of me worrying about Lulu. She hasn't eaten yet. So I've got a little bowl of chicken next to me. Maybe I can tempt her in a minute if I pretend to be eating chicken. But yeah, she's just totally zonked out, frankly. So yeah, hopefully it'll be okay. Hopefully the ulcer on her eyeball will heal, and she'll keep the vision in that eye. Yeah. So yeah. Hang on. I think so too, Vastany. I think that's exactly what happened. I think when she was in the vets, her adrenaline was just going like crazy. And yeah, the moment she got back, it's like she was safe and she could relax. And so I took her into the garden and we just sort of, we had a good cuddle and we just sort of chilled out for a bit. Yeah. Fucking hell. Thank you, Untamable Pear. Thank you, Black. And thank you, Sterminus. So yeah, how long has she resigned to the Cone of Shame? You know what, strangely, I don't think they specified. The vet told me a whole bunch of other things. Maybe it just got lost in the flurry of information. But I don't think they specified how long to keep the cone on. She'll sleep in the cone this evening, that's for sure. That's going to be uncomfortable for me because she's a cuddler, this one. So she's going to be constantly headbutting me with that cone. Thank you, Grigor. Thank you very much there, Grigor. Was it expensive? I think it was something like £650 or something. And then I had to pay for another small bottle of that antibiotics, and that was 46 quid. Oh, it's very expensive. Very expensive. Yeah. That's a hit. Sorry, it better be covered under her insurance policy. I've yet to check the amount of money I'm paying on the insurance policy for a French Bulldog. But yeah, I hope so, Defaulty. It better. So yeah, Lulu is not having a fun time over the last couple of weeks, I'm afraid, folks. She's had an eye injury, sorry for those joining the stream, an eye injury that's necessitated some surgery to remove an ulcer. She was randomly attacked by a cat in the street, although to be fair, she did kind of start that one. She did have a standoff like with a cat, and then the cat didn't run away, the cat charged forward, but her injuries were superficial. And what was the other thing? She also had her flea and dewormer pills and a vaccination booster. That was the week before last, so poor Lulu is not having fun. Oh, fuck. You have 3 guinea pigs. One is more expensive than Lulu. Oh, really? Sorry, who said that? Hang on. That was Bass Scharenborg. Oh. Thank you, Schnipperi. Thank you very much there, Schnipperi. Agia, summarised briefly, surgery was a success, but Lulu was simply too angry to be properly sedated. She did, however, take like a squeaky toy. I gave her a squeaky toy that Dodge... sorry, not... my mistake. Sorry, not Dodge. Dolly. Dolly from Armour 3 gave her. So we went to a barbecue and Dolly from Armour 3 gave her a squeaky toy. And weirdly, it's one of her favourites. Maybe it's because it's pink, I don't know. But Lulu carries it all over the place. Nag says, last year I paid about €3,000 for a surgery and a couple of vet visits. Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe I got off light in this case then. Hi there, Umlaut. Hope you're very well. Ah, dear. Dolly knows best in his naked fighting pit. Oh, yeah? Yeah, she's more comfortable on the floor. She's been there a while, and yeah, she's wandered in, just flopped down. Oh, dear. Anyone know about space engineers, how you connect power sources to refineries? You don't really need to, Alto. Power sources just go when it's attached to the grid anywhere. It's only conveyors that you need to attach. But yeah. Yeah, what else is going on? Oh, yes, sorry. Forgive me, folks. I didn't actually tell you what's going on the YouTube side of things. So, I've been meaning to do a Patreon. Sorry, quick notification for those who are Twitch subscribers. If your Discord account, if you have one, is linked to your Twitch account, it will give you access to the Discord group below, which I use to post all the updates that I post up on Patreon, including the bullshittery videos early and the polls concerning the next one. So feel free to do that if you can. Again, I apologize on Twitch's behalf. They took away the email system that let me communicate with you directly, which is very annoying. It turns out, according to most people, Discord was a suitable alternative, but I know it's not ideal. Regardless, I need to do a Discord/Patreon update for the latest bullshittery, which is Dungeons and Dragons. The short answer is, for everyone, I'm about halfway through. If officially I'm halfway, but it feels further than halfway, certainly. Yeah, it's been almost 8 weeks. So tomorrow it will be 8 weeks and I'm about halfway through. So it's a fucking grind. It really is. Really is a grind. Yeah. Thank you, Sir Lizard. Thank you very much, Sir Lizard. I think so, Akuma. I think there's going to be some VR golf tomorrow. I think so. Thank you, Eggleb. Thank you very much, Eggleb. Oops, sorry, I keep bashing the table. Yes, I'm cracking on as best I can on the bullshittery, but just being brutally honest with you, I couldn't get much done today. I was just too worried. Oh fuck. Sorry, Nutter. Yeah, I do that. You can hear it, can you? I'm moving my head around. So you know how when people live stream, they've got to keep their mouths pressed right against the pop filter. I don't do that. I keep moving my head and yeah. Thank you, Belfellis. Thank you very much, Belfellis. Hang on 1 minute, I'm just going to finish off this coffee. Sneaky, I play as a Lump Beef Broth, a fighter. A big burly fighter, a dock worker. And Lump Beef Broth makes continual appearances. Basically, I just picked it at random, really, when I played D&D in 2016. And since then, Lump Beef Broth has appeared in Divinity, Mountain Blade, Baldur's Gate, where else? Anything where I need a character that isn't me. I just go, fine, Lump Beef Broth. 28, Sir Justin? You can't be serious. Yes, Gouty, you know the... Yeah, slab hard cheese. Dirk Fist or something. Oh, fuck. But yeah, new RimWorld DLC. Really heartless. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm reluctant to say this part, but I have played a lot of RimWorld, haven't I? I don't know. I've played a lot of RimWorld. Not sure when I'll get back into it. But yeah. I can hear Lulu snoring behind me. She's okay. Time to graduate to Dwarf Fortress. Nah, I don't think it's for me, frankly. Right. No, I have looked at Dwarf Fortress briefly, Defaulty, but I'm not sure. I think I get my RimWorld fix out of RimWorld, really. It's not like RimWorld. I thought it was Nervous Hawk, isn't it? Isn't it pretty much like RimWorld? Oh, Jesus, Sir Justin. There's quite a few dogs. Oh, dear. Grounded 2 is in development, says Heartless. Will release in early access the same way 1 did. I might disappoint some friends of mine who might want to play Grounded 2, but I don't know, I might give that one a miss. I think Grounded 1 was okay, but it wasn't really spectacular. Yeah. Grounded 1 was a bit... It felt like there wasn't enough under the hood, you know? Yeah, very tedious, very quickly. Very grindy, yeah. But more like mechanical differences, like... it felt like you were just going zone to zone, doing the exact same thing. I hear good things, Beans, about Stanley Parable. Thank you, Bartimus, and thank you, Belphyllis. Sorry, for those joining the stream, was just sipping a coffee and just talking about Lulu's surgery today. She had an ulcer removed from her eyeball, and she's just slowly recovering, so probably won't be a super duper long stream this evening, because, yeah, a bit between games, so I'll just banter for a bit and then probably get back on with the editing while I've still got some energy from the coffee. Silverheim says, is it the part where you give game suggestions to me? And then I bat them down like a cat on a coffee table. Alright. Done with Enshrouded? Well, I think we're taking a short break, Sven. It'd be nice if Dinkelbean could get back, really. We have been doing it for a while, to be honest. Witcher 3? Not so sure Witcher 3's for me. Thank you, Rhaegar. Thank you, Rhaegar Thule. Hi there, Duck. Yeah, Dinkelbean's on holiday, I believe. There's a Down the Rabbit Hole video of Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, I did start watching that, but I didn't finish it. The Down the Rabbit Hole videos are actually really interesting, aren't they? Yeah, fascinating stuff. That one about that naval battle with the British submarines was frightening. Oh, and the one about, there's that YouTube video. Let me link it for you. For those that haven't seen it, I think it's rather fascinating. It's the Austrian wine poisoning. Hang on. Here we go. Let me link this into the chat, and then people who feel so inclined can watch it later. Hang on. There we go. Have a look at this one. Yeah, this is a really, really good video, I feel. So it's about, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's essentially about how there were lots of cases of wine in Austria that was being mixed with things that perhaps it shouldn't be mixed with, for reasons that will become, clear. But basically it was what's the term? Like, perverse incentives. You know how, like, you get fucking weird incentives to do dodgy shit that, there's no law against it, so, yeah. Thank you, Lucifer, Mirror, and Rhaegar. Thank you, all of you. But yeah. Oh, really? So, Umlaut, stop posting fucking disgusting shit. In America, we had paint and milk at one point. Oh, Jesus. Well, over here in England, I mean, not trying to, like, fucking say this to sort of, like, stan our food, but basically because one of the reasons, because England has been around for so fucking long, we've had so many, like, scandals, I guess, when it comes to food safety. So as a result, a lot, water in particular, water safety. So we've got really, really strict and stringent food and water regulations. Really, really strict. Yeah, just because of all the fucking crap that's happened over hundreds of years and all the people that have died. Like, what was it? The humbug poisoning. That was fucking frightening. Where someone adulterated some sweets with, was it arsenic or something? Yeah. Look up what millers used to do with wheat and bread. Yeah, shit like that. Umlaut. Yeah. Yeah. Hi there, Cake. Cake's in the chat. Cake says, UK water sucks, it tastes like yuck. Yes, I'm with you there, Cake. I took a trip over to France when I was a teenager and was shocked at the quality of their water. I was like, oh my god, holy crap. Like, I used a tiny, like, penny-sized piece of shampoo and it lathered up like crazy. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's because you're from a hard water area. Dear. Cake, I hope you're very, very well. Again, sorry, speaking to the people just tuning into the stream, Lulu had some surgery on her eyeball. It went well, but she refused to be sedated because she was just too angry. But yeah. What's that? Is that my side? Fine. But yeah. Netherlands is much better than everyone else in that regard, says Piet. What water quality? Yeah. Do I know the video about the voyage of the Dam, the Russian Navy? Oh, you're talking about the the Battle of Tsushima Strait. I remember. I remember in my Russian history courses in college. I went hardcore deep into Russian history back in college. It was fascinating, absolutely fascinating. It was less to do with well, it's been too long now. I couldn't easily recall it, but it was less to do with the battle itself and more to do with the repercussions on the world stage and Russia specifically. Yeah, like all the shit, the fallout from that shit show. But yeah, at the same time though, the conduct of the Japanese in that battle was astonishing. Yeah. Well, the new technology of the radio that was used to shadow the Russian fleet. But yeah, sorry, what else is going on? Just trying to pick my mind, really. So, yeah, the bungalow's fine. Bit loud, frankly. There's some building work going on nearby. So at like 8 in the morning, the diggers start. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Thank you, Bladestorm. Thank you very much there, Bladestorm. Have I tried out Space Engineers 2, or am I waiting for release? No, isn't it released? I thought it was released. Am I going crazy? No, I don't really know anything about it. Thank you for saying so. Why you have be mad? Oh, it's early access. Yeah, sorry. In my book, that's released. Sorry, that is released. To each their own. I'm not gonna let devs get away with this. No. You don't get to have an early access and then have your release. No, your early access is your release. You don't get a second one just for your own convenience. Yeah. It will encourage good habits, frankly. You launch into early access once you're set and ready to go, not with your first alpha build so you can fleece us for money, then fuck off and run away to join the billions of other scam early access products that are using the name. But yeah. Carmack says, I worked on Space Engineers 2. They are trying to go through a similar release cycle as Space Engineers 1. Okay. In which case, give it a couple of years and then it'll be interesting. If it's following the same course as Space Engineers 1. Wait a couple of years then. But yeah. That being said, no, I do remember back when we tried Space Engineers 1 back in the day, when it didn't have the planets was a really cool expansion. But back before that, back when it was just like 4 asteroids and nothing. Yeah, I do remember. We did have some very interesting times just building boxes or whatever. And I mentioned this story a few times, but when we discovered that they put in NPC ships, someone, I think it was like in the PMC side of the ZF clan, they managed to, they found like this massive armoured carrier, like this big armoured ship. It was like a mine layer or something. And they managed to take it over and then fly it back, and then they parked it roughly between the 4 asteroids that all of our space bases sort of existed in. Again, we didn't have a huge amount of space to explore in the early parts of Space Engineers, but regardless, they put this derelict in the middle of all of our bases, and it was rather fascinating watching what happened to the derelict. It was so we would play like in stops and starts, and then like that group would play over there and this group would play over here, and it was just looking at the derelict and seeing how we were sort of eating at it like termites. We would go into the guts of it and like take the valuable components, you know, like what is it, like the gold components or whatever, and look towards the end of the playthrough for that particular server, I remember just looking at this derelict and just being fascinated at like the decay that we had put upon it. Yeah, it was really, really interesting. Like huge holes that had been ripped from the side just to get to the good bits with our like grinder ships. Yeah, it was a bit like that. Fucking what's that Marvel film where they've got the spaceships eating out there's a big skull, a floating cosmic skull, and you got all these fucking scavengers going through it. Is it Guardians of the Galaxy? I think you're right. But yeah, Lulu has not moved, has she? Not even a bit. I can hear her snoring though. She's fine. Yeah, she's fine. For those joining the stream, let me show you what she looked like earlier. Hang on. She was thoroughly stoned. Thoroughly stoned. With her mouth agape on my mum's lap there, getting attention. This is where her legs Didn't work. She forgot that her legs did anything. Just conked out there. But yeah. And then here is where she was really fucking high. Really, really high. Just flopped on the floor. I tried to get her to drink from her water bowl, but she was way more interested in just being semi-conscious on the floor. I took a few drops of water and just put them on her tongue. I was fussing. I was fussing over her. Oh, dearie me. But yeah, you can actually see on her left eye, so on the right side of the picture, her left eye, that sort of almost like orangey pink smudge in the middle, that's the ulcer. So it's not on the pupil, it's on the bit below the pupil, but yeah, they've sort of cut away some of the ulcer tissue. Yeah, she does have pretty fucked up teeth, I'm afraid, yeah. She's too inbred. Far too inbred. Oh dear. Is she still high? Yeah, well, she's still coming down off the drugs, yeah. She's British after all. And French, actually. We gave the French a perfectly good English bulldog. That was inbred already, fine, whatever. And they were the ones who decided to crossbreed the English bulldog with a pug and some sort of mastiff type breed, I believe, to produce the French bulldog. They made their own equally inbred version. Yeah, but that's true. That's apparently that's the origin of the French bulldog. So it was the English bulldog was a ratting breed, and the French decided to miniaturize it. They took the English bulldog and they made it smaller, and they turned it into a toy breed, as in specifically for companions, for the French nobility, so for the French court. Yep, entire fucking Europe is inbred. Yes, we are, aren't we? Oh god, really? Weed hippie? Oh shit. All the best of your friends. French bully, ooh. But yeah. What else is going on? Yeah, so bungalow's fine. My potatoes are growing in quite well. I look forward to digging those up. Thank you, Graffinator. Thank you very much, Graffinator. Oh, also, weirdly, I have a couple of trees. I've got a couple of trees in this garden, and I wasn't entirely sure what they were until one of them started growing apples, and the other started growing pears. That's the mystery solved, I guess. Question is whether or not they're decorative, like what is it? Decorative apple trees? What are they called? Are they called crab apples or something? I guess we'll see. Cider making time. Well, tell you what. Sorry, Birdie was beating the drum the other day, saying that you've got some space. You should keep quails. And I was like, why the fuck would I keep quails? And she was like, you should totally keep quails. And I went briefly down the rabbit hole of like, why do people keep quails? And like they're like a more urban friendly version of keeping chickens, because they barely make any noise and they lay eggs that are similar in taste. Oh, thank you, Mr. Black Hat. That's very kind of you, Mr. Black Hat. Thank you. And Graffinator and Blade Storm. Thank you, Mr. Black Hat. Thank you, all of you. How big is the garden? Pretty small. Zunde. Pretty small. So it's fairly thin, but it's like thin and long as opposed to like short and stocky. But yeah. And yeah, so also because just the way in which so here in the UK, the way in which the land is partitioned out into little parcels, the fences are in basically you can see other people's sections and how much land they've got, and there's one section nearby, and I keep looking at it, I keep thinking, oh my god, you got the short end of the stick there, bro. Like everyone got these rectangular chunks, but then there's this one on the end which basically got the diagonal corner, like the bit that's left over, and there's next to no garden. I'm like, oh god, oh dear. I suppose someone had to take it, but it's like, oh shit. Oh cool, you watched it, Rhaegar. You thank me for my recommendation of Master and Commander. It's been so long since I saw it. Yes, I will link it again. 1 second. Hang on. So, the other day, folks, I discovered that the film Master and Commander Far Side of the World, which is like full-on Gladiator tier Russell Crowe quality, hang on, is up on YouTube, and I watched the whole thing the other day. I'm going to link it, hang on. If you have not seen Master and Commander, might I strongly recommend sitting down and watching that. Basically, it got as far as I know, I might be misremembering, it got overshadowed by Pirates of the Caribbean and I think Lord of the Rings, but it is a hyper-realistic naval, like Age of Sail adventure. Like, really hyper-realistic, and it's fascinating. It's really, really good. Like, it's showing all the ways in which the sailors live and the way in which the ranks interact with each other, and it's a bit of a sort of like a white whale pursuit of, like, Russell Crowe's got his thing that he's trying to do, and he's got to, like, try and keep order on his ship. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. Definitely watch Master and Commander. Again, such a shame that it underperformed, because it's so good. Thank you, M. Carr. Thank you very much, M. Carr. Mr. Fay, for those who are following my interview process, unfortunately I got rejected today after 4 interviews. Fuck. Sorry to hear it, Mr. Fay. That sucks. Yeah, that really, really sucks. Oh, shit. Thank you, M. Carr, Move-In Duck, and Mr. Black Hat again. Thank you, all of you. Yeah, condolences, Mr. Fay. After 4 interviews? Yeah, fucking hell. Yes, indeed. Six Zulu. So, I have seen many episodes of Sharp, but honestly, it's really let down by the low budget. It really, really is let down by the low budget. Such a shame as well. I think it would have been really, really good if it weren't just so cheap looking. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, sorry to hear it, Mr. Fay. Oh, shit. Sorry, dropped the thing. Strongly recommend continuing Factorio DLC, says Sipstaff. I think you'd enjoy the new challenges ahead. I know you're on the fence because of the work to do before getting to it. Yeah, I mean, maybe. The trouble is, it's like RimWorld. I've done a lot of Factorio. How long can you keep doing the same thing? I've done it for nearly 700 hours. Surely that's enough Factorio. Thank you, Derpin Stinez, for the 69 months. No, wait a minute. 69-month streak. Thank you, Derpin Stinez. Thank you. Rookie numbers, yeah. Well, you know what I mean. Have I played Satisfactory? Briefly, but I didn't really get to the good bits, I guess. I didn't really find the parts which stepped out from Factorio's shadow. If it does. I don't know if it does, but yeah. So I know it sounds like I'm trying to poo-poo things having only tried them briefly, but I don't know. I wasn't sure about Satisfactory. It did not grab me. Yeah. 1 minute, folks. Sorry, I've just got a glass next to me, but I left the bottle in the kitchen. 1 second. Thank you, Nabweg. Thank you very much, Nabweg. Just cover up the doorway so you don't see my feet. I'm not wearing socks. I don't want the chat to get sexual. Hang on. Okay. Ah, fuck. Yeah, probably we'll wrap up momentarily, folks. I was just mainly doing a show and tell for the sake of Lulu's surgery. Yes, it is cola. Fuck you, I can have some cola. Time for Silent Hunter 3. Yeah, it has been a while. Trouble is, Black, I'm in that point of Silent Hunter 3 where it gets hyper-realistic, historically accurate. But it also gets a bit boring. The thing is with for those unfamiliar with Silent Hunter, it's a submarine sim game, and it's where you're playing as the Kriegsmarine, so the Germans in the Second World War. The trouble is, from 1943 onwards, you start losing the Battle of the Atlantic because of technological improvements and air coverage, which means that you can only really attack convoys from 12 kilometers or something, because if you get caught, you're shagged. It'll take hours to escape one destroyer. So yeah, it's getting to that annoying bit where all the exciting port infiltrations or whatever. Good luck with that in 1943. Am I going to finish Desperados? Maybe at some point, Deadly. Maybe at some point. I don't know, Lutess. I'm a little bit Half-Life 2'd out after our, what is it? Probably the next stream will be the finale. Thank you, Renolistic. Thank you very much there, Renolistic. And Otek, and Geeson, and Nabwek. I did play Soma, Zunde. I played Soma years ago, back when it first came out. Sadly, something happened to the footage. Something bad happened to all the footage. It was unusable. I can't remember exactly why, but something was wrong with it. Maybe it was the bitrate or something. Any more DS9 episodes watched? Yes, I'm. So I'm still working my way through season 7, the final season. Mass Effect trilogy, streaming that. It's been a long time since I've done Mass Effect. Trouble is, Mass Effect really did shit the bed at the end. It's such a shame. Like 90% of the fucking series is great, but you got to the ending and it's like, what the fuck were you doing? Renolistic. In short, she had surgery on her eyeball to remove some tissue. There was an ulcer. She had an ulcer on the cornea, so she's still partially sedated. It went fine though. All's good. It went fine. She's just in the cone of shame. She's partially sedated. I also need to give her some painkillers, but she refused to eat the chicken that's... Hang on. Let me just pretend. I've got a bowl of chicken next to me. I'm just going to pretend I'm eating some. I need to... Hang on. I'm going to take this spoon. Just going to make sounds like I'm just sort of tapping the spoon against the side of the bowl in the hopes that maybe she's like, oh, he's eating something. We'll try to beg for some. Because I'm going to hide a paracetamol pill in here. Nah, she's not falling for it. Okay, I'll just let her sleep. I need to try and trick her into thinking, oh, it's human food. It's not drugged. Fuck. But yeah, everything here is fine. Again, sorry, quick update for the people just passing through. Still working on Dungeons and Dragons bullshittery. It's about to be 8 weeks of work, so I'm so sorry that it's taken this long. It's on 8 weeks of work, and it's 50%, so 50 officially, but it feels more than that. As in, the video is edited more than that. It's just I just got to get this second 50% of the checklist done. Why are there no streams on the closet for TTT? There was a reason. What was the reason? Oh, fuck. I can't remember the reason. There was a reason. I can't remember what it was, sorry. Right. Yeah, I'm learning why animation takes so long. Yeah. And what I'm doing isn't really real animation, or at least it doesn't feel like it. And the last Grounded stream. Yes, I know about that, Sir Popoff. For some reason, the last Grounded stream is not uploading. I don't know why. It's stuck in the backlog of the queue. I need to try and figure out why. Yeah. Ilsa hasn't done animation since you got your degree. Oh, yeah? Sure thing, nervous, but you know what I mean. It's I'm just moving around some puppets in Adobe After Effects. No Enshrouded today, Amberdo. Well, not yet, not at the minute. I will certainly divert in a minute, folks, if that's okay. I've still got some energy, so I'll probably switch over to getting on with the editing before bed. Not yet, though. A few more minutes. But thank you for your work, Nervous Hawk, with the animation stuff. Sorry, I keep forgetting. Nervous, what was the last thing I gave you? I can't remember. Zam's got... What does Zam have? Zam's got the leaning animations. What did I give you? I can't remember, Nervous. Sorry. You might have to help me out here. I know that Ilsa's busy. She's got her background stuff. Right. Okay, it says, thank you for recommending At the Mountains of Madness a while ago. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? There's a BBC... What is it? There's a full-on BBC audiobook on it. Up on YouTube. A lump knee. Oh, that was it. Thank you. Yes, yeah, you're doing one of the custom animations for lump kneeling. That's it. Thank you. Yes, Nervous. There's still plenty more. Sorry, to roughly quantify. Sorry, where's my quantifications? I can actually show this to you. So technically, this is part of the Patreon post, so I shouldn't go crazy. But hang on. What was it? So how many jobs are left? So, according to the data that I've got, what the fuck? Hang on. So yes, I've got 36. So of the work remaining, I've got 36 animation tasks, but there are 71. So commissions to do between 4 artists. So the trouble is, each time one of those is complete, it becomes an animation task. So I must admit, I'm a little worried I'm going to run out of shit to do. I'm moving faster than the artists are moving. So, I guess I'm just going to pivot into other things. I'll just pivot into different categories of tasks. But yeah, I'm chopping through animation faster than the assets are coming in. Thank you, Aeon. Thank you very much, Aeon. Yes, Ilsa. If you, definitely. Yeah, Ilsa's task is nearly complete. If you're up for more work, Ilsa. Thank you, Sanji, Aeon, the Whale of the North, good name, and Rapster and Renolistic. Thank you, all of you. Would I ever play the first Resident Evil? Nah. No. No, those games look. Those games look terrible. Am I offending anyone if I say that? I've always looked at the Resident Evils and gone, ugh. You've got a locked camera and in the corner that you can't change and move, and you drive your character like it's a submarine. I remember back in the day playing. Anyone remember? It wasn't called Dino Crisis. What was it? Was it Dino Crisis? There was basically Resident Evil, but it was dinosaurs. No, not Turok. What was it? Was it Dino Crisis? Ugh, that was rough. Thank you, Dottied. Thank you very much, Dottied. And Aeon and Dottied and Sanji. Thank you very much. But yeah. Oh yeah, like in the fucking yeah. No, sorry, I shouldn't whinge. It's just not for me. Let other people enjoy it. It's just not for me. It's not for me. Thank you, Sweetings. Thank you very much, Sweetings. Belen, how's the dog? She's recovering from surgery on her eyeball. Surgery went well. She's still got the drugs in her system. Not yet, Ale YOLO. I've not been able to yo ho. No, not familiar, Ilsa. Actually, sorry, I might have seen some footage. I think someone live streamed it and I saw a bit. But yeah. Yeah, they did Hellraiser. Hang on, Hellraiser, look at this. Sorry, showing the pictures again. Yeah, this is what she was on earlier. Yeah, she was so fucking stoned. I'd show you the one in the car. It's even funnier, but I don't want to show the model of my car. Yeah. But she was so just unbelievably high. She had her tongue sort of rolling out of her mouth. Look at her. Just, yeah. She was a little burrito. Just flopped. But yeah. Crop and blur the background? Yeah, could do. We'll see. But yeah. I should make Oh, I got brave the other day, Engine Kills. I ordered my first kebab. I never had a takeaway kebab before because I think from various shows talking about getting diarrhea. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. I forgot a part of the story. I'm so sorry. I forgot a part of the story about Lulu's trip to the vets. I was I was on the phone, and you know when I said that she was too angry to be sedated. Apparently, when she was sedated, she shat all over the table. So when she was put under general anaesthetic. So I don't know what that means. Was she so angry that the poo was being held in? And the moment she wasn't? And so the poor nurse, when she came out with Lulu, she gave me this apologetic smile frown and said, I cleaned her up as best as I could. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, how bad was it? Oh, fuck. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, the vet was kind enough to do her nails while she was under as well. As in trim them, not like give her like a manicure or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, one last protest poop. Yeah. Oh, dearie me. What's she doing here? Yeah. Just zoomed out shot. As mentioned, I put all of the cushions on the floor. So sorry, randomly. So that sofa there. Oh, it's so. So there was this really obvious corner in the bungalow where a sofa needed to go. So I was like, okay, I'm getting a corner sofa. So I went off to. I think we went to DFS originally in the UK, and all of their sofas were really. I don't know. They were really unimpressive. And we walked into it was one of the furniture shops. And for some reason, I was with my mum. My mum was loving it because she got to spend... So we were spending someone else's money, in her words. And I was like, okay. And she was going, oh, you should get this, you should get that. Anyway, we went into like DFS, and I saw a sofa that I rather liked near the entrance. So I sat down. My mum, however, just wandered off deep into the store. Gone. And then I turned round and she wasn't there. And anyway, near the front entrance, you've got this gaggle of employees. And one of them saw me and wandered over and was like, "Good morning, sir. Can I help you with anything?" And I just looked at him straight in the eyes and went, "I've lost my mummy." And he gave me this look of, And then I took off into the store to go and find her. Oh dear. So I'm probably a story amongst the in that shop now. Oh dear. But yeah, no, so sorry, what was I saying? So we wanted into, it wasn't DFS in the end. We got this from a different, was it like Oak Furniture Land, I think it was? Yeah, very comfy sofa. Lulu loves it. She loves that comfy sofa. Oh yes, and if you can see here to the left, so she's got like a little cushiony set of stairs to get up there. I didn't want Lulu to jump down and bust her hip as she got older, so I got her a little set of stairs. Thank you, Lucent Titan. Thank you very much, Lucent. And thank you, Ty Gamble and Sweet Inks. Thank you. Also, hi there, Lamram. My brother, Lamram, is here. Hope you're very well, Lamram. Hope you're A-okay. Ah, dearie me. But yeah, Lamram, I know that you enjoy your gardening. Well, my potatoes that I've been growing are nearly ready. I've been getting into it, frankly. I made some chips the other day with some potatoes from my garden. But I feel I need to do what you've done, brother. I need to get access to more soil. Because there's a whole bunch of like paving slabs, and I don't know. I need to grow things. paving slabs and just staring at concrete is like, why? Obviously it's low maintenance, but it's what's the point? You're just staring at paving slabs. Is that living room frying pans? What are you looking at? What, in the left side? No, that's a dustpan and brush. Dustpan and brush. But yeah. Right, hang on. So, sorry, looking at the time, folks, it's already past 9 o'clock. I might leave it there if that's okay. So, I'm a little bit between games this evening. Just a sort of quick check-in with you guys to let you know how it went with the surgery. And yeah, Lulu's fine. She's okay. So, while I've still got some caffeine in my system, I'm going to go keep working on the editing. So, I'm going to crack on with a few more scenes of D&D. And yeah, so I'm just going to get back to work if that's okay. But thank you for being here, folks. Thank you, Lucian Titan and Ty Gamble. Tomorrow morning, I should be on for VR Golf, if it is on. But I'm not sure what game what game I'm going to play this week. We'll see. We'll figure something out. But thank you for being here. Thank you very much. And let me leave you in the company of... Hang on. So, ZF Quebec is doing that, what is it? That Star Wars, oh Jesus, Empire at War game. Yeah, so lots and lots of fucking spaceships going pew-pew at each other. So I'll leave you with him. Hang on. So, this is Quebec. Thank you again, everybody. Have a lovely, lovely evening.